What's up everyone, this is Tranquil Toys. Really excited to review this figure here. This is the new Frontline Chaos figure, the Deer Hunter. I did not get this from the Big Bad Toy Store. I got this from a store called Gundam It. I don't know if you heard of them, but it's a new site to me, and I moved on my Big Bad pre-orders over to that site. This figure was actually in stock, and it was still not in stock on Big Bad, so canceled it, bought it from Gundam It, and that's why I moved all my pre-orders over there, because it looks like they're going to get stuff in there sooner because they ship from China. It was free shipping, and it does cost less than it does on Big Bad, so there's just another reason why I moved my pre-orders over there. They also included this decal sheet for Transformer figures, but I don't really care about Transformers, so that's pretty much useless to me. Anyway, like I said, I'm excited to get into this figure. So we're going to see how good this one is, how it stacks up compared to the other ones. So obviously the first thing is the packaging. All the different packages have different colors. And this one is red, and you see the art on the front here, and the character is like crazy. The figure doesn't actually look like that, so it's kind of confusing why they went with that. But the box does look nice, the art is nice. The box opens up same as the rest. It's like a shoebox style. And then you got the foam insert, and then you got the actual figure. You got the package of salt. First, I'm going to take the figure out. We're going to take a look at it, and then we'll look at the accessories in a second. So I'm actually noticing quite a few differences between the other figures. I'll get into that as I go through the figure. So the head sculpt is obviously really nice. That's something that Joy Toy is good at. The paint is really good. The sculpt of the hair is also really nice. I like how it goes from the brighter red to the darker red to the black on the bottom of the hair here. And the paint on the face is really good too. The eyes are painted very nicely. The plastic on the face is a little different than the rest of the skin tone, so a little odd, but I guess it does make sense. So the head sculpt turned out really good. And the jacket is also the same level of quality. It's good quality, it's not cheap or anything. It is a thin material, but it is 2 layers, so that's nice that they did that. It's got real working pockets and a real working hood. There's no wire in the jacket, but you're still able to pose it around a little bit, and it does have a real working zipper, which is also really nice. And the shirt on the inside, it's a thinner material, short sleeve shirt. And then we get to the denim. Thought they were going to be shorts, but it's actually not. It's actually a denim skirt, so a little bit disappointed in that. It does feel a little thin, and the fraying down here, pockets are real. The belt is sort of a imitation leather. It does have an actual buckle. I'm pretty sure you can undo it or make it tighter. A little bit of red paint smudge on the legs here. No leg wear or anything. And then the boots are kind of an interesting design. They have kind of the split down the middle and also hollow on the bottom of the boot. Now the hands are kind of weird. She does have like these claws. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. It's kind of weird how she's got claws. Not sure what's going on there. But anyway, that's pretty much the figure. And the articulation is the same as the rest. And kind of like what I mentioned with the last Frontline Chaos figure I reviewed, the quality is getting better. And this does feel a lot sturdier than the rest of the figures in the line, especially that early one and the one after that, which was probably the worst. But they are getting better, so that's really good to see that they're improving. One thing that is kind of annoying is that the lower waist does come apart very easily, so that's kind of unfortunate. When you're just posing it around, like just putting it in regular poses, it'll come apart, so you have to be careful of doing that. It doesn't fit as tight as the rest of the figures. Now let's take a look at the accessories. With a few extra hands, she has a trigger hand to hold her weapons with, or to hold any gun you want to put in her hand. And again, it's that long claws with the blood on it. She has another pair of hands which has the same paint detail, and they're just more open, not really for holding anything. It's more of a relaxed hand. And something I just noticed as I was trying to switch the hands out, the old style of figure has the thinner wrist peg, and the new one has a thicker one, so you can't switch the hands from other figures. That's kind of unfortunate, because I was going to switch out these hands, but now I can't do that because the wrist peg's not the same. Might be able to put the entire wrist peg into this one. And this is to wrap around her ankle, or you can pretty much wrap it around her arm or anything. And she also has her holster. And the detail on this is really nice as well. You got the belts with the buckles on them going around that. Then you have leather strap to go around her hip, or it could go around her torso. Then she also comes with her crossbow, which is really nice. It doesn't move or anything, so you can't collapse the arms of the crossbow. But the detail on this is very nice as well. You have the brown with the black, some dry brushing all throughout, so that looks really nice. A few arrows. You got the silver paint on each of the ends of the arrows, and then the black paint in the middle. So I like the way this turned out. That looks pretty cool. So here's what she looks like holding the crossbow, and you can actually fit an arrow on top of the crossbow. It's not a tight fit, it just kind of lays there, but there is an indentation for the arrow to sit in. So it's kind of cool that they did that. And here's the quiver on her back. This hand over here is not really sculpted properly to tightly grip the crossbow, so that is kind of unfortunate. The other hand that she comes with holds it a little bit better, but she does look pretty cool holding the crossbow. And the bandage just kind of fits on there as best as you can do it. I just wrapped it around and then tucked it into the top of her boot. Doesn't look that great. There's probably a better way to put it on it. Now the axe actually doesn't fit that well in her hand, so it's a loose fit. None of the hands really hold the axe that well. It just kind of sits there, but it doesn't really grip the axe. That's kind of a problem, and it's pretty annoying. And as far as QC issues are concerned, I'm not noticing any, but there is one thing that I am noticing, and that's, well, I mean, besides the lower torso popping out, but second thing I'm noticing is that the wrist pegs are kind of loose. You can see it's already starting to separate, and it's really easy to separate the two halves of the joint there. They're kind of unfortunate, and the peg also is easily removable from the wrist. Seems like every figure has a small problem with it. Hopefully they iron out all the problems moving forward. So besides a few things here and there, I still think this figure is really good. I still like how it turned out. Obviously the hands, I'm not a big fan of that. And the wrist joints, not a big fan of that, but now I'll compare it to the two previous releases from the Frontline Chaos line, and they look pretty good next to each other, so that's cool. And of course you can swap the heads, so let's see what that looks like. It's pretty cool. I think it works out pretty well. Here's the maid head on this body. Doesn't really work, so here's this one. This is a McFarlane head. This one doesn't really go down all the way because the hair and the jacket get in the way, but that doesn't look too bad. Here's the recent Mantis head. That actually works out pretty well. The jacket does get in the way a little bit, so you have to push that down or take the jacket off. Marvel Legends Rabbit head. So that works out pretty well, I think. There's the Elektra head. The hair gets in the way and the jacket gets in the way again, but it does kind of work. It's a G.I. Joe classified head that actually works, so that's pretty cool. Silk head with the long hair. The short haired one. This one also looks pretty cool. You can't fit the head on some other figures. You're gonna have to cut the ball joint or the neck joint off though to be able to fit it. So that's what that looks like. Could use a little bit of work, maybe trimming down the neck a little bit would make that look a lot better. Really quick, I'll do some size comparisons. Marvel Legends Tigra from the West Coast Avengers 5-pack. Here it is next to the McFarlane Gold Label Flash. Here it is next to my custom Marvel Legends Punisher. Here it is next to my custom Voliverse G.I. Joe Duke. Here it is next to my custom Mr. Fix-It. Then here it is next to the PW Toys Leon, about the same height. Excited to add another figure to the Frontline Chaos collection. It looks really good. A lot of customization options again with the other figures and some other figures, so I look forward to messing around with that later. Follow my Instagram if you want to see pictures of that. Anyways guys, that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.